go.
What's up? It's me, Big Sarge, coming at you from the business side. To my family members that are returning, welcome back. To those that are new, subscribe.
Everybody shake your baby.
It's graduation season. Congratulations to all the graduates that are out there, the high school, the college graduates. Continue to stay focused, fam. Continue to persevere. Continue to always want to do your best. So, I'm going to go into two subjects tonight. First, I want to talk about college versus coming out of high school and wanting to pursue different aspects in life. And preferably, or what I really want to talk about is pursuing different business concepts, different business ideas, as opposed to setting up a foundation to what you want to do for the long term throughout the course of your life. So one of the big conversations that I had dealing with when people graduate from high school, that a lot of people don't know exactly what they want to do. Fortunately for myself, I was one of those people that when I graduated, I knew I wanted to be this black Rambo. Didn't exactly know all that it entailed until I actually started down that path, and I realized that, oh no, it was a lot of boxes that I had to check to get to that status. But without focusing on that, I want to focus on different concepts or different things. I've come across a few high school graduates that saying that they didn't know what they want to do, actually want to take leap year. Don't understand that. If any of my children would have ever came up to me and said, hey Dad, I think I want to take a leap year after high school before they go to start their plans on exactly what they want to do in life, I personally have accepted it. Reason being is that life doesn't slow down, fam. And that's a year that my son or my daughter could have started focusing on building their foundation of what they want to do for the long term. So again, hey Big Sarge, what is it if they don't know exactly what they want to do? Well, one thing for sure, the first thing you could have did was either A, you're going to college and you're going to start building up those foundational credits, your English, your math, your languages, whatever it is you got to do. You don't even have to know your first year, but one thing you have to do is start building towards that future. Second thing is they could have been like me, would have went into the military, but what would have happened was that you're not about to slow down and do nothing. That's not about to happen. But anyway, where am I going with all of this? I'm going with all of this because by the time I meet high school graduates and they seem like they're not sure on exactly what they want to do, the only thing that we know that they have to do is build the foundation. So for those high school graduates that's coming out of high school, or the young men and young women that's listening to me, or the people who are about to have their children graduating, just make sure that you constantly prep them, let them know that life doesn't slow down. So even if they didn't want to go to didn't want to go to college, didn't want to go into the military, make sure that they get a 40-hour a work week job. So, and that way they understand that you're still going to be doing something. So unless you're coming from a family with money where you're not going to have to work, which isn't going to be too many of those, because even rich families set their children up for success to be able to work so that they could function and be productive members through society. Or if they weren't going to work, then you want to make sure that they're learning a skill or a trait or something that can benefit them for the long run. So even when by the time I speak to young men and young women who say that they want to start their businesses, I always ask them, like, what's the credentials that they have? What have they mastered in? So if you're a photographer and you tell me, oh, I've been a photographer my whole life and I want to go into business on it, I can understand that. But what I don't understand is somewhere that we have fed our children this concept that they could just be business owners without expertise, without becoming a subject matter expert in something. It takes on an average of 10,000 hours to become a master at something. This isn't something I made up. This isn't something that's new. This is something that's been said since the early 1900s. 10,000 hours to become a master at something. So even if by the time you're working somewhere and you want to start your own business, make sure that we're feeding these young men and these young women the concept or the idea that they want to make sure that they study up, that they're well abreast on what it is that they have to do. To the college graduates that's out there, if by the time you're graduating from college and you're still unsure on what you want to do, the best thing is, fam, you have a foundation. You have a foundation, you can start going a whole lot of different places, a whole lot of different things that you want to do. Just make sure that you use it and that you're constantly striving, that you're constantly wanting to better yourself. So to bring everything to a close, to my graduates out there, again, congratulations. Make sure that you stay focused, fam. Don't be afraid to put in the hard work. Don't be afraid to fail. This is the point in your life where you're just going to have to be able to push through it. Push. This is Big Sarge, fam, and I'm out.